God bless you. I love everybody.
Yeah, I love you. Thank you. Beautiful. I love you. I'll come back again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I will have a bite. Turkey for me has always been an illusion in my mind since my roots actually came from the old Ottoman Empire, as we've talked about. So my grandfather on my father's side came to America in about 1900 with an Ottoman passport and 13 Turkish lira in his pocket. This was it. That all of us in the world want the same thing. We want a better life for our children. We want hope. But in my humble opinion, Turkey has never gotten the elevation of the relevance that it should have as such a major regional player. So the two of them see that this is an opportunity at a really interesting point in both of their lives, where they can change the dialogue. And the dialogue in the Middle East takes leadership, it takes strong leadership. To me, Izmir is the example of how you blend all of these communities, where you had Jews living side by side with Muslims, living side by side with Christians. I look at this as really the example of what needs to happen in the Middle East and the world, this blending of cultures, of thoughts, of points of view, without avarice, without greed, without hostility. And I think that Turkey can be the center point of it all. As you see in Syria, but what's happening in Syria is in big part due to Turkey and its leadership. Israel needs to be redefined, but it's on the process of being redefined. And what just happened between Israel and Iran is an opportunity for all of us to say, time out. Let's create a new road. Turkey is key in that new road. I think what you're going to see in the next couple of months is a renewal of a meeting between our two presidents and our two secretaries of state, a bilateral agenda. All these things that have been discussed for 5 years, F-35s, F-16s, S-400s, sanctions, tariffs, are secondary to what is our mission. And I think for the first time, as long as I can remember, you have an American commitment and a Turkey commitment to say, instead of just being defense partners, let's be offense partners. Fast forward, this discussion has been going on for almost a decade. Enough. We have to put that aside, and Congress is willing to take a fresh look at it. President Erdogan and Foreign Minister Fidan'a are doing the same and saying, let's start fresh. So let's take the priorities of what needs to be done. Let's just sit down and have a solution. I think what you'll see is President Trump, President Erdogan will tell Secretary Rubio and Foreign Minister Fidan'a, end it. Figure out the way and end it, and Congress will support an intelligent conclusion. So my belief is that by year end, we have the possibility of having a solution. So my belief is they're going to solve the problem. We're going to see a ceasefire in Gaza in the near future. I think we have the right team on it. We used to have a great relationship between Turkey and Israel. It can happen again. It's not a religious issue. It's a misunderstanding of territorial desires. So having a discussion, a dialogue, and my hope will take place. With Syria and Israel, the same thing. With Lebanon and Israel, the same thing. So I think the Middle East is ready to have a new dialogue. We have great leadership on both sides. The people are tired of the same old story. And I think you'll see, in baby steps, everybody starting to move back towards the Abraham Accords, especially as the Gaza situation dissipates. That's the big issue. President al-Shara has indicated that he doesn't hate Israel. There's not a religious resentment to Israel, and that he wants peace on that border. I think that will also happen with Lebanon. It's a necessity to have an agreement with Israel. It was President Erdogan who really, in a mind-boggling way, helped the al-Shara regime take place. We're not going to interfere with nation-state building and tell them exactly what it should be, but we'll help them get there. And Turkey is doing the same. That northeastern border is amazing. Again, it's patience. It takes time. There's only going to be one nation-state that we're going to deal with, and that's the government of Syria. SDF, which had a component of what we call PKK, the YPG, fought by the side of the Americans in their mission against ISIS. So the SDF has to integrate both militarily and politically into the new Syria. By the way, as do the Alawites, as do the Druze, as do the other communities who are seeking representation.